Hey guys, it's Mr. Wolfie. Okay, so this is gonna make some people mad, I'm not gonna lie, because today we're gonna talk about racism. Okay, so to start off, the definition of racism is the belief that all members of each race possess characteristics or abilities specific to that race, especially so as to distinguish it as inferior or superior to another race or races. Prejudices, discrimination, or antagonism directed against someone of a different race based on the belief that one's own race is superior is also a definition. However, a lot of people have tried to refine the term and redefine the term and add requirements such as requiring privilege or power over other groups in order to be racist. This in itself is an argument that is just full of holes. When you say that racism requires power plus privilege, and then specify that only white people who are straight, cisgendered men have any sort of power and privilege, then by proxy you have limited the definition of racism solely to straight white males who are cisgendered. So, cis white straight males are the only group it's okay to hate, but after you take away every other person besides cis white straight males, they automatically become a minority group because of the sheer low volume of numbers compared to every other person on the planet. By adding these stipulations to the term, you also exclude all other races, which is in itself a form of subtle racism. This is called othering, which is what used to be considered racist but is now considered progressive for some reason. Go figure. It's why I never use the term people of color, because that term originated before the Jim Crow era and was used to limit the rights of people who weren't white. The Jim Crow laws specifically separated people into two groups, white people and everyone else. To call yourself colored or a person of color now is just you saying you're not white in an effort to other yourself. You say it's impossible to be racist against white people, but there are numerous flaws in that logic. You say white people can't be oppressed, but what about all the white gay people, trans people, white women, etc.? What about in other countries like China or in parts of Africa where white-skinned people are practically non-existent? Is it even possible to be oppressed there? Well, if your refined definition of racism is subjective, then how is it a definition at all? A definition cannot be subjective because by the very nature of the word, that's impossible. You say it's because white people are in power, but what about the vast majority of white people who aren't? It doesn't mean that the toothless guy living in this trailer park or that homeless man on the street it doesn't mean they have some kind of oppressive power and control over all black people or something. You literally are attempting to make straight white men the other guy. And if you don't realize that, you're probably really stupid, but if you do realize that, you're probably just really racist.